Goodness comes and evil goes. Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu, welcome once again. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to get into another important subject area, and that subject is celebrate your all year round efforts for Kuumba creativity, the ultimate divine. The Creator Supreme blessed the universe with the first people of creation. That is the African soul. And with that, the African has grand inheritance. First of creation means intimately connected with the Creator Supreme. And as such, the African is blessed with superlative creative genius flow. We've seen this throughout the ages, from the earliest of times. Grand achievement, grand civilization, grand nations have been established, have been brought forth with the substance of African creative genius flow. Creativity in all the different spheres of life. The number one, the pinnacle creative force on the planet. And others that mean the African ill and have interrupted the flow of the African experience, certainly in recent times, know this. So they seek to extract African genius flow, African creative genius flow, and use it to their own advantage for their own ill exploits. And that is why it's so important that African souls harness their own creative genius flow for their own self-betterment, for the building, maintenance, safeguarding, developing of their own nation, their own community, their own way of life. That genius flow is already there. That's natural inheritance. It's already ascribed in our coming to be as the primary people of creation. But we need surely to restore ourselves enough that we can harness our own creative genius flow so that it can be expressed for our own ascension, for African ascension, for African uplift, for African betterment. And so whether it's music, the arts, the sciences, philosophy, architectural genius flow, entrepreneurship, marketing, commerce, trade, whatever the area of life is, that creative genius flow must surely, coming out of the African, must benefit the African. And that's something to restore. We can't simply exist to hemorrhage our genius onto others that in turn impose the worst kinds of ills on us. That makes for a disastrous outcome. So it's important that we take the time, and we may have to continue to express genius flow in the realms of others that mean the African ill for the sake of sheer survival, given the construct of what we currently find ourselves in, yet at the same time carve out our own time for self-determined effort that can make best use of the natural genius flow that African people hold, that African people inherently carry. Let us lift ourselves up with the content we produce or the expressions that we have. Let us use the natural creativity of superlative order to uplift, to benefit, to allow African souls, wherever we happen to be, to ascend. And that all year round effort to lift ourselves up, however that is manifest, to use our creative genius flow, to develop our creative genius flow, to express our creative genius flow. Let us celebrate the thrust of ascension in doing that. And one of the times that we can do that in is the wonderful observance of Kwanzaa, which begins on the 26th of December and runs through until the 1st of January. During that time, there is a day to focus on the principle of creativity. It is referred to as Kuumba. Kuumba is creativity, is African creativity. So let us, with traction, with mission, of self-betterment, of self-uplift, of a sense of ourselves, journey to enable the great and grand wealth of creative genius flow, benefit African souls. And here is an example. That's an example of creativity. This is music expression, music creation, music flow. It's a 21-track CD album, Journey of Kua, from this person's self. And I'll leave the link in the description below of where you may get hold of this particular creative expression. It comes with actually another form of creative expression, a DVD growthumentary film entitled From the Ill of Urban to the Glory of Uran, Journey of Kua. So the CD is entitled Journey of Kua and the DVD is entitled From the Ill of Urban to the Glory of Uran, Journey of Kua. Please do get hold of these important creative expressions. So with that food for thought, and surely it is food for thought, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.
Kwanzaa is for real. We've got to live our own greatness, reveal what we want. Kwanzaa value see.